Voice is not merely a tool for communication. It is a deeply embedded social, emotional, and cultural marker of identity, power, belonging, and expression. In this module, we explore the non-physiological aspects of voice, particularly how culture, emotion, gender, race, and social context influence vocal behavior, vocal self-perception, and even vocal pathology. We examine how emotions are encoded in the voice, how psychosocial stressors affect vocal quality, and how culture and community shape expectations of how a voice should sound. We also investigate the stigma and societal response to abnormal or atypical voices, particularly in cases of vocal disorders, gender transition, aging, and neurodiversity. Drawing from psycholinguistics, cultural studies, voice pedagogy, sociophonetics, psychology, and speech-language pathology, this module aims to build cultural sensitivity, therapeutic empathy, and a holistic understanding of voice as an extension of the self. Key learning objectives. By the end of this module, you should be able to understand how cultural norms and social identity influence vocal expression. Analyze the role of voice in gender performance and social power. Explain how emotions impact vocal production and perception. Identify psychosocial contributors to vocal disorders. Apply culturally responsive and emotionally informed approaches to voice care. Advocate for inclusive, non-discriminatory voice training and rehabilitation. Section 1. Voice as Identity and Cultural Symbol. 1.1. The voice as a personal signature. The human voice is as distinctive as a fingerprint, conveying not just words, but identity, mood, age, health, and ethnicity. Voices can instantly trigger assumptions about the speaker's background, education, gender, and personality. 1.2. Cultural voice norms. In some cultures, loudness and projection may signify confidence. In others, it may be seen as aggression or disrespect. Tone, inflection, speed, and rhythm vary cross-culturally. Some cultures discourage vocal expression, especially for certain groups, e.g. women or children. Singing traditions, e.g. Yoruba chant, Indian raga, Mongolian throat singing, reflect deep cultural values and vocal training norms. Section 2. Gender, Voice, and Society. 2.1. Vocal gender expression. The voice plays a central role in gender identity and social gender performance. Traditional gender roles often dictate that men speak lower and louder, while women are expected to sound higher-pitched and softer. 2.2. Transgender voice considerations. Transgender individuals often pursue voice modification therapy to align their voice with gender identity. Hormone therapy affects pitch in trans men but has limited impact on trans women's voices, requiring speech therapy for feminization. 2.3. Discrimination and bias. Atypical or ambiguous voices may face social stigma, misgendering, and vocal profiling affecting mental health and social integration. Section 3. Emotions and Voice. 3.1. The voice is an emotional mirror. Emotions affect respiration, tension, and vocal fold vibration. Vocal characteristics such as pitch, loudness, rate, and tremor shift in response to emotional states, e.g., fear to pitch rise plus vocal strain. Crying, laughing, sighing, and quivering are vocal behaviors tied directly to emotional arousal. 3.2. Psychogenic voice disorders. Emotional trauma can manifest as functional aphonia, muscle tension dysphonia, or conversion disorders. Common triggers: abuse or trauma, performance anxiety, suppressed expression, cultural, emotional repression. Section 4. Psychosocial impact of vocal disorders. 4.1. Voice and social functioning. Individuals with hoarseness, stuttering, or atypical voice may experience social withdrawal, shame, embarrassment, employment and relationship difficulties, perceived loss of power or femininity or masculinity. 4.2. Mental health correlates studies show strong links between vocal disorders and depression, anxiety, identity crisis, and post-traumatic stress. Vocal trauma is often both physical and emotional. Section 5. Stigma, Identity, and the Healing Voice. 5.1 Vocal Stigma and Cultural Myths. A hoarse voice equals to unclean spirit. In some African or traditional beliefs, elderly or sick people may be shamed for a shaky voice. Gender non-conforming voices are often policed or mimicked negatively. 5.2 Empowering the Voice. Voice therapy includes reclaiming confidence, identity, and vocal presence. Singing, storytelling, poetry, drama, and performance can serve as therapeutic voice empowerment tools. Section 6. Therapeutic and Pedagogical Approaches. 6.1 Counseling and Voice Therapy. Vocal rehabilitation must address emotional wounds, not just technique. Counseling helps explore voice loss as grief, identity shift, or trauma release. 6.2 Culturally Responsive Therapy. Understand a client's cultural voice norms and emotional expression expectations. Avoid imposing Western standards of pitch, tone, or clarity. Use community-based, spiritual, or indigenous healing approaches where appropriate. 6.3 Interdisciplinary support collaboration with psychologists, vocal coaches, social workers, gender specialists, cultural liaisons, or elders. Section 7. Voice, Empowerment, and Social Justice. Vocal freedom is a human right linked to expression, access, power, and personhood. Social systems should make space for all voices: soft, hoarse, trans, aging, emotional, accented. Advocacy is needed in education, therapy, media, and leadership to support vocal diversity.